Well, hi again, everyone. I'm News 8 Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. I want to give you another update on what right now is potential Tropical Cyclone 2 that very well looks like in the next 24 hours it will become Tropical Storm Barry, and then it looks like by Saturday it very well may become Hurricane Barry. We'll watch this system, and we're watching it very closely right now out in the Gulf of Mexico. It's almost due south, kind of southeast of Mobile, Alabama. There it is, starting to get just a tad bit better organized as we have gone through the last 24 hours or so. It will intensify as we head through the next several days due to a couple of things. We have the upper level winds that are favorable for development, and we have fuel, lots of energy right now in the Gulf of Mexico. Generally speaking, the Gulf of Mexico has temperatures that are in the mid to low 80s right now, where the current disturbance is located. But as it shifts off farther to the west, this is high octane fuel right here that's just in coastal Louisiana. These sea surface temperatures are 85 to almost 90 degrees. So as this system continues to move off to the west, it will run into this high octane fuel, and that's when we expect it to develop into a tropical storm. And as it nears the coast of Louisiana, that's when we also expect it to develop into a hurricane. It could make landfall with winds, minimal hurricane 75 miles an hour, but it could make landfall with winds of 80, maybe up to 85 miles an hour. So as we look ahead, we already know that we have tropical storm watches in effect. That's this kind of this, I don't even know what color I would call that, but that's what we have, this color here in effect, kind of this purple color here in New Orleans. That's a storm surge watch here. It looks like on the south side of Lake Pontchartrain. And then we have a hurricane watch that's in effect for coastal Louisiana. That's the area that we have shaded in yellow. So right now, this is our tropical disturbance that we're watching. These are the spaghetti plots. So we've put all the models on there, and the general consensus of these models, you can see if you just choose the middle point, it is in the central coastal Louisiana where the system makes landfall. So the models are in pretty decent agreement with this one. Of course, we always have the outliers off to the east and also well to the west, but right now Louisiana does look like it's going to make landfall, landfalling system with this tropical disturbance. So here's the European model. Year in and year out, it's certainly the better of the bunch as we look at them. By 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday, it'll be almost due south of New Orleans, and then it'll move into the central portions of Louisiana, coastal Louisiana at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, just dumping a lot of heavy rain as it moves up just north through the state of Louisiana, southern Arkansas as we head through Sunday morning, and then into central Arkansas Sunday night, then around Hope and Little Rock, Arkansas on early on Monday morning. Then it'll continue to shift to the north into southern Missouri by Monday night. So that's the way the European model looks. You just saw all the spaghetti plots. Now let's take a look at the forecast track. This is the official track from the National Hurricane Center, and once again it does mirror kind of that midpoint of the model consensus, and also really kind of mirrors the European model. So it becomes a tropical storm about 24 hours from now. Certainly by Friday afternoon, still a strong tropical storm, winds of 65 miles an hour. And then Friday night, it should become a hurricane. Saturday afternoon, a landfalling hurricane, central Louisiana. Once again, south of Lafayette and then Lake Charles as it makes landfall, winds of 85 miles an hour. It stays a hurricane as it moves through the central portion of Louisiana, and even a pretty decent area of low pressure, tropical depression by late Sunday night, and that would be up around Little Rock, Arkansas. How much rain are we looking at? New Orleans, I mean, always problematic with the rain and the flooding issues that they deal with there, but over 7 inches of rain. I think they could see certainly even more than that. But Alexandria up to Monroe and then up to Little Rock, we're looking at Little Rock's almost 4 inches of rain. Some of these areas could see 12, maybe up to 15 inches of rain across Louisiana, parts of Mississippi, and certainly across the state of Arkansas. So we continue to keep an eye on the tropics and what looks like it will become a tropical storm Barry, and then maybe even Hurricane Barry for the upcoming weekend. Right now, the situation does keep all the model consensus. They do keep this system just to the east of the Texas-Louisiana line. If it jogs a bit more to the west, the upper Texas coast, certainly Houston and definitely North Texas could see some rain. But right now, it should stay far enough to the east of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and North Texas should stay far enough to the east of us that it's East Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas that takes the brunt. We'll keep an eye on this track. We'll keep you updated.